Here we go for another rock and roll. Up to the mountain we go. On the top, rock and roll special workout edition. Let's stretch a bit already. I'm warmed up. Let's see how much it took me to get to the base of the mountain by McGill, via the McGill campus. So by the southwest, a little east, correction, a little bit. It is exactly 4 o'clock. So we're gonna go for a rock and roll over time, every time. 2 hours and 7 minutes because I took a long route. 2 hours and 7 minutes. I took a long route. 2 hours and 7 minutes because I took a longer route. So already on the march. Already overtime, I can say we're gonna go all the top. So encouraging all to work out, train, exercise today. First and foremost, for those who build the subway systems, aka metro, subway, aka metro and subway systems, underneath here, Montreal in the 60s, and of course throughout the collective North American civilization, the subway system. So for the workers who built the subway system between 1960, let's say 1947 and today, between 1947 and today, or 1904 and today, let's say, because it started earlier, so between 1904, and I think the first one was in like 1900s. Anyways, I might be mistaken the history, etc., but I know that a lot of workers work. So always for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, we're gonna go on the top for North Americans Unite on these special stairs. We're gonna go around the ball. Let's see if it's working. Oh, I wanted to hydrate, but it's gonna be on the top. So we go all the way to the top. On the right side, encouraging all to work out, train, exercise. Working out, training, exercising. Husband is and will be my medicine and therapy of choice. Stay on the right side because we got responsibilities, duties, and obligations on the public, in the public, which we normally do not have under the normal circumstances. And please do not pollute. Do not leave trash, garbage. Put it in the trash bin, put it in the recycling. And somebody holding hands, so I love it. Somebody holding hands, I love it. And if I know somebody who deserves in a house like that, although that is part of the McGill complex here, we're coming by the south, and you can always see the Hawk Island, Montreal, and it's always pleasant when we go up. It is normal spring weather. We're gonna get out of the way of the child here, so I don't want to impede, and I'm gonna keep my distance until I traverse. But anyways, here you can see pieces of poetry here and there, and you can see the beautiful river. So stay on the right side, just like driving, and gotta say my gratitude. Of course, I'm working with a laptop, going all the way to maybe do a dance today, maybe do a dance tomorrow. Gotta let my hair loose. So I'm on the mountains, so now I'm in the wild. Always for the butchers, the nurses, the doctors, the truckers, the grocery store clerks. Always for my anonymous sister friend. And let's take it on the route there. Let's take a seat here. This shows you where we are on the Mount Royal. So it shows you here, it shows you the tree. So here we are about to go on Mount Royal, but all this Mount Royal, but you got 3 peaks. Mount Royal, Westmount, and of course Outremont. And I love these, of course, stairs with a little bit of water. I could drink this, but I'm gonna go on the top because we got those aqueducts. Thank you to the public workers who got those aqueducts, and we gotta get it on the go. We gotta get it on the low. We gotta get it on the freestyle. Up we go. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid. Paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee. Paid my rent, paid my electricity bill, got food and coffee. Joyous. A bit stressed, a lot stressed, too much stress, financial. The only stress now is financial. Over the years, I learned to accept my Asperger's. So now as we go up the top, we imagine all the things that are happening across the collective North American civilizational complex. All that's happening across the civilizational complex. All that's happening across the civilizational complex is North America. And we're gonna go get the drill. 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. As we go on the G, on the O, Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, got food and coffee, and we're gonna go all the way to the T O P, all the way to the top. Beautiful day, beautiful day, beautiful day. On those, gonna stay on the sidelines and I'll let the people go on their business and not to impede, you know, 'cause Dragon marches rainbow steps, and we gotta get it on that rainbow rock and roll, you know, 24/7 overtime workouts and working out has been is she'll be my medicine and therapy of choice, you know. So 77 pounds down, independent ass, we got an Asperger, so we're gonna repeat things twice, 3 times, and gonna get it for the X. So here are these trees, you know, counting how many trees we have. Always get triggered past life when I was born here, past incarnations, and we're gonna get it on the past incarnations, you know. As a mystic, as a philosopher, gotta get it on the drill, you know, 24/7. So please do not pollute. You saw a rabbit earlier. We got rabbits, hawks, and rabbits. Super important. Not pollute, not pollute, not pollute. As we go to the top. Gonna get it by the side because I need to go hydrate, and it's better if I get it on the. Make sure my belt's tight, you know. And we're gonna get it on the X, and we gotta get it on the Y. 24/7, 24/7, 24/7. And we're gonna get it for the X, and we get it on the left, On the left, on the right. So today is for those who build the subway systems, you know. Thinking about all those workers. It's a privilege, you know. Civilization is a big privilege, you know. And we got those subway systems. Imagine all that drill to dig, all that they dig, all that metal, all that steel to connect. That's the subway system that we have, eh? It's on the ground, eh? It's on the ground. It's on the ground. And of course you got it all the way Mexico has it, right? I'm specifically here in Montreal, so and we build more. So it started in the 60s. So they built so much all the way. And it goes a lot of mileage. So imagine all that digging. Now this is what I'm doing because this is for them. So imagine all the digging, all the trucks. So we need to build more now. We need, in case of nuclear emergency, in case of nuclear weapon, we need to open up some mountains and put a little bit of the, make bunkers, more bunkers, and we need to get food, you know. We need to get food stacked. Food that is good for 6-7 years. Because I've noticed, of course, that food is, of course, 6-7. I noticed on a can of sardines, it was good until 2029. That's 5 years. 5 years and a few months. So we need to get food at 7 years, 7 years, 7 years. Anyways, I'm not going to diverge into that because, you know, I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and those are my obsessions, you know, geopolitics 24/7, geopolitics 24/7, the study of civilizations, civilizational studies and sports, and dancing is my favorite sport, of course, and gotta get it here, seeing nature. Such a beauty. I'm always meditating if I can go up like that, see? I can go up, probably, but not with these shoes. These shoes that I'm wearing, I'm gonna probably slip down, but it is kind of feasible. Kind of hiking. You know, getting on that hike, getting on that hike. You know, get on that hike. Anyways, so for those who build the subway system, the subway system I really love those rocks, man. These rock formations, they're super nice. They're super nice. Just something about them mixing it on that X, you know. So making an X and a Y on them, but just in my mind, not literally, because they already got. They don't need. But he's got it for the X, and for the white, and for the X. So, anyways, for those who build the subway systems today, for the subway system. Subway systems, how many? Well, we got about 44 different X's, different Y's, and meditating now all that work, how they were built, you know, took a lot of labor. You know, so the subway system workers who build it, who build that subway system, and we're gonna build it today and tomorrow, as there's constant work to be done, you know. Always to get it on the X. Always meditating about the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, you know. Philosopher on the march. I like to stay active, stay fit. It is my medicine and therapy of choice, and now I gotta tie my red belt, which is not really a belt, but right here by the rocks, I guess. Right here by the rocks. By the rocks. See, as we go up here. Oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna tie it up, make another knot. We can proceed, you know, because I like to go on the up. But now we're just gonna go hydrate all the way, because we're not that thirsty. So we're gonna head to the first hydration, and there you can see part of the city. You know, as I'm going up now, up, ascending, and we like to stay through the forest. You know, working out, training, exercising. This is like my second home. Yeah, this is like my second home, and I just saw couples holding hands, hugging, kissing. So y'all make me happy, joyous, because I love that. I love fitness, and I'm gonna ask you retrograde amnesia, survivor of COVID, and get it on that survivor, and we gotta get it on the X, get it on the Y. So we keep on drilling and keep on to the left, keep on to the right, and we gotta get it on the go, you know. So we gotta be grateful. Those who build the subway systems, thinking about them, all the subways, man. Imagine all that labor, all the knowledge, the labor it took, labor intensive building. It's quite something, quite an achievement to have subway and a metro system, you know. I was dug up Montreal, and get it on that go, getting on that go, you know. So it's part of that LOV, you know. We gotta get it on that doing, you know. So I'm meditating now, seeing some rocks, some digging with big machines. Then how they laid it out. Of course, I'm simplifying it, but principally it took a lot of brains and a lot of muscle, a lot of brains and a lot of muscle, a lot of brains and a lot of muscle, and we gotta get it on the yellow, man. Because I love those yellow flowers right there. So it's always something which we gotta think about. We gotta meditate and gotta get that LOV. You know, we gotta get that LOV, and we gotta get on the struggle. We gotta get doing for the action, you know, love in action. So, love in action. I'm working on my symptoms. It's been like 3.5 years since I accepted that I have Asperger's, you know. So, Asperger's is the neurological divergent condition. So, it's not a sickness, it's not an illness, not a mental illness, and there's no medication. It's just I'm neurodivergent, and my brain works differently, but I got obsessions, of course, and my obsessions are, of course, fitness 24/7, fitness 24/7, fitness 24/7, working out since I've been on the fitness journey when I got out of depression 6.5 years ago when I crossed Canada. So I always encourage you all to work out, train, exercise, and here I am doing this work with a laptop here on the mountain and enjoying this in my second home and meditating all the things, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, and saluting the firefighters, the butchers, the nurses, the doctors, and the grocery store clerks, and see all that building on the buildings now, construction workers, you know, thinking about them a little bit, and thinking about what they're doing, how they're there with the firefighters across the collective North American complex, across North America basically. But I'm also a philosopher, you know, in my obsessions, because these people with Asperger's, you know, are being neurologically divergent, and sometimes it's called the out of the world symptom, because we're kind of alien to the non-Aspie world. Sometimes we're a lot, and we are super weird, but we like to, our interest, the focus, we're very intense, and mine is fitness, sports 24/7. Dancing is my favorite sport, and I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist who predicted the current situation which is unfolding now, and I have some solutions. Primarily my trinity of theories: the CIT, citizen integration theory, the DRT, debt refusion theory, and the DFT, democratic fusion theory, via the fourth dimension, the creation of the UE, the creation of the UE, the creation of the UE. The universal exchange unit. That's the only solution for the current public finances, which I've discussed in the past, and maybe I'm going to address today. But I can address it quickly. Mainly the DRT, which includes monetary integration. And I gotta say, because the public debt, servicing the public debt, in other words, paying the interest, has gotten so huge and more than doubled in 3 years, since 2020, 2024, 2021, 2020, 2021 to 2023, 2024. So in 3 years, it went from 20.3 debt servicing, paying the interest, to 46.5 to 46.5 to 46.5. So more than double. Can you imagine that? More than double. More than double paying interest, you know. So that is what it is, man. And we gotta go on the drill, and we gotta go on the now. So the DRT also includes monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is exactly what's been done, what the Europeans did. So in Europe, of course, they got it. Got it on the X, got it on the Y, and got it on the go, you know. So the Europeans got rid of the Deutsche Mark, the Germans got rid of the Deutsche Mark, the Italians got rid of the Lira, of course the French got rid of the French, of the franc, you know. So they adopted a common currency, and that currency, of course, is now the euro. The universal exchange unit will be something similar, but we're gonna do it differently. So my DRT theory is, of course, taking all private and public debt, my debt, your debt, our debt, so all the debt, my 10,500, I got 10,500 baht. So mine, yours, ours, coast to coast, added with the United States and Mexico and Haiti good, converted to US dollar because the US dollar is of course the currency of choice for world trade, global business, and international affairs. So that's gonna be the initial money supply. So all the debt, all the public and the private debt will be the initial money supply for a new North American central bank, as we're gonna do like the Europeans did. The Europeans the Europeans, of course, they created a new central bank, the European Central Bank, right? The European Central Bank, the European Central Bank, right? The European Central Bank, right? So they have created the European Central Bank, the European Central Bank, the European Central Bank, the European Central Bank. Of course, they created the European Central Bank, and of course, we had to create, of course, we're gonna create the North American Central Bank, North American Central Bank, North American Central Bank, and of course, we're gonna create the European Central Bank, European Central Bank, European Central Bank, European Central Bank. European Central Bank, just like they did in the European Central Union. So we're gonna create that, we're gonna do that affairs, and we're gonna get on the X and on the Y and on the Z, and we're gonna do that drill, and that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt, and we're gonna create that universal exchange unit, that universal exchange unit. So that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna create the universal exchange unit. So we're gonna take all the public and the private debt, and we're gonna create the UE. We're gonna create the UE, the universal exchange unit. So that's what we're gonna do. Take all public and private debt, create the universal exchange unit. Create the universal exchange unit. So take all the private and the public debt, create the UE, the universal exchange unit, the universal exchange unit, universal exchange unit, you know. Let's see what that. And I hear not your brand of it. From liars. Liars. And Mr. Much as you know, shoot. feels good. I would love to paint these benches, man. Gotta get out of the way of the children. Love to give them space, you know. Somebody gotta love the party. Party is good, man. It's Friday. Gotta finish my workout. My party home, man. Can't party, gotta work out, man. It's working out training and exercising, you know. So we gotta get that drill. Just super hydrating. Gonna go hydrate over time on this one. It's like 18 degrees, so otherwise I feel good working out with the laptop. Sometimes you gotta work out what you got anyways. Today I work for those who build the subways and who build the metro system. The subways. In the sun we will find our purpose and passion. In the sun we'll find our purpose and passion. Of sun, find our purpose and passion. I gotta go get a little bit of that hydration. Now we're gonna go drill it. See here, you can see Jean Béliveau's skates when he's going to hockey. When he scored his 500th goal, 11th of February 1971. The skates are there, so if you're into hockey culture, that's something you can see there, you know. So, oh yeah, that's what I like to see. So, just gonna hydrate a bit, a lot. Overtime hydration because we're gonna work out overtime, you know. Oh yeah. Overtime, every time. So, again, my gratitude expressed. See, here they are, the skates. So these skates are marking when he scored 500 goals. So if you like hockey, this is Jean Béliveau, and these skates were from on the 11th of February 1971. See, when the Habs were winning, because we got a lot of, this was done by Paul Corporation. If you're into hockey culture, you know, I love sports 24/7. I'm an Asper with sports obsession, Asperger's, and retrograde amnesia, but we got to get it on the X and on the Y and on the Y. So we got to get it on the Y and on the Y and on the left and on the right. And we gotta got it on the X. Sometimes we just gotta get those drills, and those X and those X and those X, and we gotta get it on those W's and be grateful for the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the doctors, for those grocery store clerks, and all those, of course, involved in the production and distribution of food. And we gotta get it on the drill, and on the go, and on the go, and on the now. It's everything I got is today, man. You know? It's now. Always live now with carpe diem. Since I died of COVID, always today. That's how I live the life. And I'm always grateful for today. And of course, carpe diem, carpe diem, carpe diem. And we're gonna go XYZ, XYZ. And we're gonna go for the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the doctors, and for those grocery store clerks, you know. This is how we're gonna drill it. Today for my anonymous sister friend, of course, whom if I make a million, gonna give half. If I make a billion, gonna give half of a trillion. And of course, our favorite sport is dancing, so maybe today, if not, so tomorrow for sure. Look at this cool cluster of bikes. Somebody came with that bike. Hey, is that pollute or what? You gotta guess I'm 50-50 sometimes, because I drive steel toe boots and running shoes and these new boots, which I'm auctioning for $1 million. Gonna give half to a good friend. And it deserves to be 7 times. The number after 6, number after 6, number after 6 is 7. I'm a Swiftie, but deserves to be 7 times richer than Swiftie. Taylor Swift, love you. Support the DGA, blah blah blah. DGA done blah blah blah. DGA blah blah blah. Oprah, blah blah blah. 7 times richer than Oprah, Taylor Swift, and love you, Beyonce. Would love to do 11 dances on one of my favorite songs, music videos. Girls run the world, girls run the world, girls run the world. I could do 11 dances on that. Let's say $1 million, blah blah blah. Give some charity. Finance women's sports leagues, and food security starts without farmers. Finance the nurses and the farmers. Finance them massage therapy session. Finance them massage therapy session. Finance them a massage therapy session. Finance them a massage therapy session. And I'm grateful, man. Saw people hugging, kissing, give me hope, hope, hope for the free world, you know. Otherwise, what are we fighting to save this West Side? Got love for that NATO, rock and roll for no right, NATO. For the troops that we salute, for the firefighters and those bakers and the butchers. Somebody gotta love that public security. Nobody imperfect, not even the popo. Ain't nobody perfect, not even the popo. Ain't nobody perfect, not even the popo, not even the dragon rainbow. Without Asperger's, you know, I suffer struggle, but in the past 3.5 years, like 42 months, during COVID, I have accepted it. And COVID for me, I almost died. I say I died in COVID. It was February, March. I was very sick of healing disease. For me, it was like death, pestilence, and disease. Death, pestilence, and disease. Death, pestilence, and disease. COVID for me, you know. And here I am. I remember moving, getting out of depression, being suicidal, started working out. I crossed Canada coast to coast, and I encourage citizens like my fellow citizens doing to invest in the body. The body is a temple for pleasure and purpose, and you know, you can always do some push-ups. You know, sometimes I'm still moody or stressed financially, but other than that, for the past years, and after I survived COVID, I did die. I did die. Nothing that I want to go back to. Being reborn, you know, being reborn on the COVID, so we gotta get it on the X, you know, so we gotta get it on the Y, and we gotta do it for that yellow, super beautiful yellow flowers, super nice. I have a thing for yellow flowers, you know, and this pro-labor and love, universal revolutionary centrist, you know, I'm a centrist, revolutionary philosopher, because I believe the 21st century we gotta get on that center more a lot. And finance initiative, public-private initiatives, and finance citizens to work out. If we create the UE and we implement my DRT theory, which I explained before, taking all private and public debt, creating a new currency, foundations, and that debt, public and private, will lay the foundations for the money supply and setting an interest rate level of 10%, whatever the case may be, 10%, and it could be less, not more. It could be 3.33, 1.56, 7.18. It could be less, but not more, right? So that's by the principle which we're gonna operate. So then with that money, we can finance infrastructure, rebuilding of roads, parks, and finance citizens to work out, train, exercise, and see, that's that horse there. See, that's that horse, man. It's the horse there, those horses there, those horses, and they go for that rock and roll, and well, it's training the horse. I don't want to disturb my citizen, you know. It's maybe it's not a good time to disturb it. I don't know if I ever saw what she's doing now, a maneuver, and I kind of am 50-50 at this point in time. I kind of don't want to, but I'm kind of curious. But I don't want to intrude her. But I'm curious the rotation, the movement, because it seems like there's some training involved on the cavalry. Oh yeah. Bonjour. Vous êtes en train d'entraîner le cheval à suivre des ordres? Ouais. OK. OK. C'est un bébé, ça? OK, OK. Un gros bébé, pareil. OK. Je voulais pas vous déranger. C'est juste, j'étais bien curieux pourquoi vous faisiez un cercle. Moi aussi, j'aime ça suivre des ordres. Dans ma vie privée, après minuit, j'en suis. Bonne journée à vous. Ça m'a fait penser aussi à une... Tu sais, je crois à la réincarnation. Je sais pas si vous avez des croyances comme ça. Puis à un moment donné, dans une vie antérieure, j'étais né en bas de la montagne. Puis je sais pas si vous connaissez Louis Cyr. Louis Cyr de l'Homme-Fort. Je l'ai rencontré dans une autre vie. Puis je l'ai aidé à monter les chevaux sur une calèche. Puis on a fait du bras de fer. Puis après ça, j'ai pas pu utiliser mon bras pendant 7 ans. Parce qu'il était l'homme le plus fort, c'est pour ça que je dis. Pendant 7 ans, mon bras était fini. C'est de la comédie. Bonne journée à vous. Ciao. That's the police. I got the horses there. I speak a little bit of French, and they're doing like a circle. So they gotta get to be attentive and to do the attention for the horse, because it's good for their safety. You know, because they're doing that. So in French, I discussed with my citizen. I said, fellow citizen, of course I got Asperger's, so I'm a bit weird, but probably I should have said I got Asperger's. Faites-vous-en pas, c'est pas des troubles mentaux, c'est un symptôme neurologique. It's a neurological condition. I forgot to mention it. Usually I mention it, but I try to interact, and sometimes it's good to be direct. Because Asperger's, sometimes we're a little bit direct, you know? But it's not that we lack empathy. And I said, I'm not bothering you, but I was curious. So I said, in my private life, I also like to take orders. And I take orders. And that's it, man. So she's there, you know, happy and doing her work, and it's safely, because when our brothers and sisters in uniform, you know, nobody's perfect. We're working on everything. We're working on racism. We're working on interaction with the police. And I have my own citizen integration theory and protocols like a philosopher. I have them. Sometimes they're simple. If a citizen has everything they need, you know, everything they need, home, shelter, food, and then plus internet access, and I encourage to work out, train and exercise, and you know, that's for the safety, so that they don't fall off. And I have a few movie scenes I have a movie scenes where she laughed because I said, and this is my belief in a past life. She was laughing when I said I met Louis Cyr and I did the bras de fer. The bras de fer in French is, of course, arm wrestling. Arm wrestling. Bras de fer in French is arm wrestling. Arm wrestling, you know. So I said that my arm, I couldn't use it for 7 years. Because of course Louis Cyr was a very strong person, was a strong person, you know. So anyways, we're gonna go all the way in the top, but we don't like to take the main road that much. We like to be more on the nature, because I get a lot of civilization and I get rocks and concrete jungle right there. When I go back home from here, is a few kilometers, miles, and of course we gotta get it here. So this is what I like to come here and be in nature. And here I can cleanse my lungs, you know, because nature, we gotta compromise. We gotta compromise with nature and civilization, and this is where I like to come and be. You know, I like the city, I like skyscrapers, satellites in a parallel life, but I meant to say I also like to be here. I also like to be here in nature, you know, and meditate, and hopefully you won't pollute. A lot of people came today. Hopefully you'll put it in the garbage, in the bin, in the trash, all the garbage. You're gonna put it in the garbage. All the garbage, you're gonna put it in the garbage. All of it, you're gonna put it in the bin, you know, so. And my fellow police officer, who knows, now your fellow cousin there who's in the police, my family here, extended family, whoever wills to be my family, pledge your allegiance, allegiance our family, but consider Quebecers, Canadians, North Americans my family, and yes, I'm universal, international, whoever wills to be my family, our family, pledge your allegiance, allegiance, but, you know, maybe he also, whoever is a police officer, has something they're going through psychologically, you know, depression being so subtle, I've been in it, and, you know, we gotta be mindful that we're human beings, you know, try to incorporate professionalism with all the codes of conduct, you know, we got different codes of conduct sometimes, we gotta keep it simple sometimes, you know, just do philosophy, and I find gratitude, being grateful. Rent's paid, month of May, paid my electricity bill 2 days ago. It is the third today, so paid it. Paid my electricity bill, paid my rent, got food, got coffee, you know. So that's why I'm relying on it. Got food, got coffee, and that food, got coffee, so I gotta get it on the tango, I gotta get it on the go, you know, and I got food at home, and I got that drill, and I got this here mountain, so I got this here Hawk Island, and my my family here, and those who will to be my family, you know, like my fellow cousins, ain't nobody perfect, and, you know, I have my protocols for my brothers and sisters in North America who lost their freedom, you know, freedom, liberties, something new, so we gotta be mindful, you know, what we're doing, and we gotta be mindful of my fellow citizens, you know, gotta turn my head left and right, look out for my fellow citizen, because that's a that's a steep, man. Hi. That's a fellow citizen. Maybe I met him a few years ago, I think, during COVID, when I was coming here for years, and I'm not sure sometimes with the hat, and sometimes I'm just in my bubble focused, like now I was meditating on the subway metro system work, you know, thinking about all that labor, the digging, the putting, the measuring, the steel, the metal, the electrics, all the electronics, all the creation of the locomotives. So for all those who built, you know, who built the subways of North America, what we call also metro system, underground, we got Montreal, we got Toronto, we got, you know, Vancouver, we got Ottawa. Look at that red cardinal. Ottawa. Ooh, I never took the Ottawa. Do they have? Ooh, good question. Look at that red cardinal. Such a beauty. Gotta get it on that red cardinal. You know, we got flora and fauna here, and we gotta get it for the drill. We gotta get it for that X. And we gotta get it for the now. You know, so it's always being in the now and being grateful and doing. You know, because I like working out. I like training, I like push-ups, dancing is my favorite sport, and I like to meditate here, you know, on the privilege of civilization, on the privilege of civilization. Civilization is a privilege, and, you know, privileges we got, and we got some rights and obligations, we got some rights and duties, and we got some rights and responsibilities. You know, gotta be balanced in harmony, in equilibrium. You know, that's how we gotta work. Like here, I'm in the public, so I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, and like with my fellow citizen there, you know, with Asperger's, I gotta watch it. You know, I don't mean to offend, and you know, sometimes maybe I'm too direct. And I do friends with benefits now, pledge your allegiance, legions, and thou art family, and this is what we got, you know. So this is what we got, you know. We get to do the drill. We get to do the drill, you know. So we gotta get it on the go, and we gotta get it on the now, and we gotta get it for their reincarnations. And I was reincarnated. I believe in that. I'm a mystic, universal spiritual teaching student. So I do believe in reincarnations, but many past lives, many universalities. Being universal, I gotta watch it for my cousin there, man. Gotta watch it for them when they traverse, man. Gotta for my fellow citizens, they gotta go on that nice glasses, and I gotta wait for them to cross, you know, because I don't want to impede their well-being, you know. So mine, and I always look which way they were gonna take it, and that's why I paused, I stopped, you know, because I tried to avoid, you know, to avoid accidents, try to be prudent, you know, prudence and liberty gotta be secured. Security and liberty gotta go together, joy and harmony and equilibrium and balance. And I gotta do a little bit of that X, a little bit of that Y, a little bit of that X, and we gotta get it on that X and that Y. And you know, we gotta get it on that X. Anyways, for that X and that Y, we gotta do it for Y and Z, you know. And so my brothers and sisters, 13.3, 13.4%. My black brothers and sisters, you know, if I can work on my racism, you know, it's with hugs. Offer what I offer everybody else. Hugs first, kisses if you want. Kisses, hugs I got. Kisses I got by the trillions from the goddess. Kisses I got, hugs I got. Rock and roll I got, art I got, money I don't. But I would definitely give, of course, charity for charity, of course, in such a manner, or business opportunity, you know. But we have internally, sometimes we're not aware, eh? Myself included, as an ASPI, I've suffered being androgynous, pansexual, gay, androgynous, pansexual, being gay, androgynous, pansexual, and Asperger's. I've suffered. I had lost friends, made many friends, lost most, and had employment. But sometimes we're very misunderstood. You know, we're very misunderstood. You know, Asperger's. People with Asperger's, you know, Aspies. We're not a lot. Sometimes. It's a rare 1 out of 300, maybe 1 out of 300, 1 out of 300, man. You know, so we say things and some people don't understand, and we have empathy, we just show it differently, less by words and more by action. That's basically how I can sum it up. We show empathy more by action than words, so we have a tendency to show our empathy by offering something other than getting on the X, getting on the Y. So getting on the X and on the Y and getting on the Y, you know. So we like to offer things, you know. We like to offer things for somebody, and we like to be active in such a manner and gonna get it for that X and for that Y. So that's what we love to do, man, here in the mountain, you know. Seeing my people working out, stretching, exercising, always feel good, and I always start my fitness journey now, you know. That's why I always say my fitness journey starts now. That's the attitude I take, although it's been more than 6 years now since I got out of depression, and what got me out of depression was being suicidal and depressed, you know. Hey, I gotta go for that drug, but I crossed Canada, and that got me out of depression when I crossed Canada, you know. Coast to coast, man. I was depressed, suicidal, and crossed Canada coast to coast. Got it all coast to coast, and went to Vancouver, BC. by bus. 3.5 days. That was an event, the best trip ever. Then I came back in September. Went of course to Halifax. Went of course into Halifax by train, and of course we got to buy that train, you know. So came back, went across Canada coast to coast, and of course came back and we got it on the. It got out of depression and being suicidal. Started working out and wrote children's books, poetry, rock and roll songs, and continued my work as a philosopher. And I wrote many documents, mostly pertaining to geopolitical analysis and theory, mostly not all pertaining to geopolitics and theory, which I predicted what's happening now. I predicted the geopolitical situation that's unraveling now. I predicted it back years ago. Mainly, of course, I have proof of work back in 2019. I've, of course, done a workout training program system, which, of course, is relative to what is happening now, of course, and gotta get it to what's happening now. So I got some solutions, the Trinity of theories, Dragon Army, Dancing Goddess Army, and that's what it is, of course. So we gotta get on that drill now, so we gotta implement the Trinity of theories, the CIT, Citizen Integration Theory, DRT, Debt Fusion Theory, and the Democratic Fusion Theory, that Trinity of theories, to be implemented via the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is love, you know. That's how we gotta be drilling it, you know. So that's how we gotta see it. That's how we gotta drill it. That's how we gotta do it, man. By the Trinity, holy, holy, holy Trinity, you know. That's the holy, holy, holy Trinity via the fourth dimension LOV. Because love is action. Love is action. Gotta hopefully love somebody making good loving, and thank the butchers, farmers, producers of food, welders, you know, construction workers, the nurses, daycare workers. We LOV our firefighters, LOV our nurses, our doctors, our butchers, our cooks, those baking, you know, thinking about them right now, making some hamburgers, some cheeseburgers, making a pizza, delivering the food, cleaning, you know, cleaning. The public workers got 3 services, you know, service of picking up the garbage, picking up the compost bin, picking up the garbage, and picking up the garbage, the compost bin, and the compost, and the recycling, and the bin. And there's another groundhog, you know. There it is, how we're gonna go drill on that groundhog. And we're gonna take a look, and he's a beauty, and he's gonna go on his way. And please do not pollute, because he could swallow whatever if you leave trash garbage here, you know. If you leave, have garbage here. If you leave, have garbage here. So we gotta get it on the X, you know. So this is a plantation zone. See what it says there, plantation zones, and all those pink ribbons, all those you can see how visible it is on the camera, because it's my laptop camera. But those, of course, ribbons, the pink ribbons, of course, is on that pink ribbons is, of course, those pink ribbons, which are, of course, on the pink and on the pink and on the pink. It's new plantation zones, and of course the new plantations. So we gotta encourage plantations. And here they're doing it, and of course, it's our brothers and sisters citizens. We gotta salute LOV, sing some rock and roll for, because they built it, they did it, so. And it's for us. It's not just for me. It's for me, for you, for us. So it's a contingent, you know. It's a contingent, meaning that it's a contingent that, of course, it is implied that we can show our gratitude. It's not an obligation, really, but it's something which, of course, I do out of my own volition, because I try to be conscious about composting, about recycling, about the environment, and have been doing and am doing blah, 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 blah. Here's the plantation zone, blah, blah, blah. So it's just to be mindful that it's being done, and, you know, not to pollute. And, you know, I get dirty, but I get back clean. You know, I get dirty, but I get back clean. I get dirty, but I get back clean. So here it is on the go. So it's always something which interests me, environmental issues, and I have the DGA proposition for the public-private partnership to create a dancing goddess army for the collective North America in order to clean the oceans, the rivers, blah, blah, blah. And I'm willing to do a lot of volunteering. Have worked with environmental on the compost, and I've worked with environmental on the compost the years before. I've worked with the years before in the compost. So you're gonna get it on the X. Here it is, the Dragon House of the Dragon, where I will to build. And here, Forgotten Goddess Temple, face to face. Scarlet Pyramid, with trillions of kisses, and of course here it's gonna be on that X to build, of course, the forgotten goddess temple, and to bring it up, and to go up and up and up, and to build, of course, here the house of the dragon in a pyramid with scarlet, of course, and of course here the forgotten goddess temple, which I'm laying the accreditation with trillions of kisses, some push-ups, some marching steps with it right here to build forgotten goddess temple for activities such as, of course, working out, training, and exercising, vis-a-vis moon, full moon rituals, new moon rituals, half moon rituals, tarot interpretation, and of course astrology, and of course the tarot readings, and of course all things of the psychic nature, of a more spiritual nature, and of course the divine feminine forgotten goddess temple. If I want to build something, house of the dragon, and the forgotten goddess temple here face to face, forgotten goddess temple, credit trillions of kisses, rock and roll with it, and the house of the dragon, and of course the third one to be the people, rainbow people's palace right here, and to build it right here, and of course to be right here built forgotten goddess temple circle 7 stories high for activities such as tarot reading, interpretation of the books, and reading to children, and of course other activities, pleasant activities and commemorative activities for nature and astrology, reading of the signs, and of course tarot and dream interpretations, red, scarlet colors, green, 7 stories high, a pyramid face to face with the forgotten goddess temple, and the rainbow, house of the rainbow, the rainbow house, of course, to get it on the X and on the Y. Here it is, and build more satellites, constellation, public-private partnership protocol for defense, security, and service, Dragon Army initiative, the call to all to create and build 3,000 more satellites, launch over 7 years. Of course, we can do loads of 300 public-private partnership, Canadian, NORAD, NATO, Dragon Army initiative for, of course, having centers, of course, where we can monitor. Citizens can go and see webcams and see everything that's transpiring across North America. And you could expand it beyond NORAD, NATO, and centers in the big cities and some of the smaller cities, and where people can go and watch everything, the firefighters, and integrated 24/7 monitorization, of course, and for the citizen integration theory I'm discussing now, but is the concrete plans of the CIT citizen integration theory for security and service for the 21st century. Integrated with all existing public and private institutions and organizations, and to assist in everything that we do now coast to coast in these times, because for all we know there could be a nuclear war. So my contingency to that is to open up some mountains across North America and stack some food, open up some mountains 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 and stack some food to last 7 years, and of course to have contingency for bunkers for survival, and of course to build an intra-satellite defense system, an intra-NORAD satellite defense system, and NORAD satellite defense system, and integrated NORAD dancing goddess army joint for the dream, the public-private partnership dream, which is, of course, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, and that is my dream. The dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, which is, of course, my dream. The dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, which is, of course, my dream, fundamentally, for a public-private partnership, a call for a public-private partnership, a call for a public-private partnership. So that's what it is, and that's what it is about, So you can dance and work out and finance working out, training, and exercising, and I found something here, so I gotta bring it to lost and found, because this can be swallowed by a rabbit, swallowed by a groundhog, swallowed by a rabbit, and swallowed, of course, by even a squirrel can try to chew on this. So we gotta get on that to bring it there, lost and found. This is where it belongs. Imagine a rat gonna chew on this. Well, not really a rat, but see, even the ducks, and we got a lot of flora and fauna. So if you find things, we have a place here where it can go, and we have another place there. So we have one place there and one place there. See, we gotta look for the ducks, man. Gotta look for the ducks. For the ducks. Wow, see, we got a lot of flora. A lot of flora. And XYZ. Anyways, man, it's always I do a lot of comedy, you know. So I do, I do a lot of comedy, man. In my head, there's a lot of comedy. Sometimes I'm a comedian part time, and if I can bring joy and laughter to people, I guess I can make that compromise and make joy, laughter part of my being open for business. But fundamentally, as an artist, as an athlete, and as a philosopher, you know, who's not perfect, far from it, you know, who's gonna get it on the X and got it on the Y. So here you got a little bit of lake, but it's not a good lake. It's not a lake that's good like that, of course, and we gotta get it. It's man-made, of course. All here is pretty much the Beaver Lake over there is made by somebody. It's public works, basically, right? So this is what it is, man. We gotta get it for the X. I gotta get out of the way, you know? That's what we gotta do, man. Gotta go get that hydration. Super important, man. Of course, there's no work here. See, that's new. So that's new there. Oh, that's new, man. All that is there to be open soon, and I think it's already open now, but I want to see a lot of things that are open, you know? See, there they are. See, there they are. The mountains, there we made it to the top. And we're gonna make it to the top, T-O-P, and we're gonna go get that hydration, man. Gonna go get that hydration there, man. I'm gonna go by that side, man. Gonna go get that hydration. Gonna get it on the top, man. So I'll bring this to the lost and found and go hydrate and switch to that French, man. Here you can see the top of the buildings where they are. Salut, excusez-moi de vous déranger, c'est pour les objets perdus, je viens de trouver ça dans la forêt. Pas en bonne condition, mais j'ai dit que je vous l'amène quand même. Je sais que c'est ici, genre, que ça va. Ça fait plaisir, bonne journée à vous. There you go, so that's the lost and found, and that's the glove, you know, so you bring it there, all items you bring in here, you know. You bring it here, you bring it here, you bring it here, and we gotta get it on that drill, man, see? Oh yeah. And here is the best place to sing some of that good rock and roll. See right here, echo, man. See, we got the echo. Here we got that echo, echo, echo. Butchers, those who build the subways with the metal and the steel, with a steel for a meal, for the bucks and for the trucks, for the bakers, for the butchers, for the welders, and I'm thirsty as a duck. And I'm thirsty as a duck. For the bakers, for the bakers, for the butchers, for those public workers. We gotta get it up and down. We gotta get it up to the sun. Gotta get that meal, man. A little bit more. If we're gonna dance and work out a bit. Again. Ready? Got a song now. On va chanter une bonne chanson, que ça marche pour les saisons et les changements, que ça fasse chanter un peu. Ouais, c'est par là, ça passe. On va chanter une bonne chanson, pour que ça y est de bottom. We're gonna sing a little bit of that rock and roll. Now we're gonna switch it to French. French and English rock and roll. Let's go for about a few. So I don't know how much memory I got, but I got a little bit of here French and English. You know, French and English. We made it to the top, and we're gonna do a little bit of recording on that bilingual, man. You know, that bilingual. Ready? The bilingual rock and roll. For the road and for the butch, for the lovers, for the cooks. We gon' dance it for the look, and we gon' dance it for the troops. Troops and butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, and those grocery store clerks. Ready for that rock and roll bilingual. Here we go, I say lingo. Here we go, I say lingo. There I go, I say let's go for the show. Ready for that French like Celine Dion. Are we gonna switch it on the now? For those who build those subways we meal, we say yes, sir. And we say no. We say go up and without a frown. And we go up in another round. And we go rock and roll every time and every time. Let's go. Let's go for that rock and roll. For that French and for that English. For the North American, you know you hear this. And you know I love the sound. When the wind and the hawk and the kiss and the barks and the dogs. And the love and the rainbow and the sun and the shining and the moon and the listen, the news. For the butchers, for the bakers, for the cooks, for the hydro-Quebec workers, we gon' love it for the firefighters. They don't need to put too much of that water. Need a little bit of wine, need a little bit of dime, need a little bit of dime. I ain't got no money for the guitar. I say, hey, why they lie? But my rainbow never lies. My sun in the sky never lies. The kisses don't lie. When I shake the hips don't lie. Give it a kisses for the birds. For the birds and the butchers and the bakers and the nurses, they get smelly diapers changing, got a changing, for you see, the lanes in North Americans unite, as the sea and as the sky, and that's the love and that's the right. And we change it to that French, cause we n'en a belle province. Et on change pour le français, en anglais d'un autre côté. Que ça fasse de la danse, chez nous, la belle province. Si vous parlez pas d'amour, je vous chuchote. Et je vous dis silence, je veux rien savoir, envoyer des pompes, des câlins, des bisous. Ça sourde, je suis sourd. Si vous parlez pas d'amour, pas des tambours, guitare, ça joue. Avec belle province et des montagnes, des îles de la Madeleine, de Sainte-Adèle, que ça soit l'espace à Saint-Eustache. De chez nous, il y a 17 régions, car de province, un autre verre de vin à verre. Albert, t'entends-tu de ta peine de se bête encore une fois, car regarde, mais ça danse les corbeaux ensemble. Ah ouais, belle province, une autre chanson, on change encore en anglais, ben comme il faut. Let's go! I say let's go, for that rock and roll, you know, freestyle on the mountain. That's how I sing it on the mountain. That's how I sing it where the crows are, where the hawks are, where the birds at, where the chirps are, where the chirp bugs. Where the rock and roll up in the bird flocks, where the bird flocks, that dragon rainbow, you know that I dance. Rainbow dragon, you know that I dance. Rainbow dragon favorite sport is that dance lance trance, gotta get another high strength. Eh oui, la danse, mon sport préféré que j'aime, le hockey. Ça joue canadien, laisse-moi pas en série. Il est fou, débile, se ronge les ongles. Pas de Paris, je gâche pas, rien veut savoir. Avec un pourboire et des poires, ça va, ça lance dans le soleil, dans les airs. Puis des jeunes qui s'aiment, je veux voir, regarde. Ah ouais, de la belle province, une autre danse. Hey, pas de besoin de trop de paroles, de l'action puis de l'amour. Let's go, let's go on that loving, let's go on the trill, let's go for that French and for that English, let's go for the North American English. Do you hear this? For the love and for the dismissment, for the please and for the love, for the firefighters, one more song. Gotta give it for the satellites up in the sky, you know that's right. For the butchers and the welders, welding up in the sky, welding up in the lights, welding up in the light. That's alright. Get some sunscreen, that's the sun, that's the spring up in the clean, that's the spring up in the mist, that's the spring up in the kiss, that's the spring up in the lips. For that English and that French, please. Et voilà de la belle province, les chansons qu'on danse. Hey, bilingue comme mon premier ministre, puis la danse, puis sa jase, puis sa face. D'autres chansons, mais de la belle province, puis les autres y attendent que je danse, puis j'ai pas d'argent qui arrive pour la danse, ah ouais, pour le fromage. Puis sa face de stew, puis sa face des barous, puis sa face qui danse, qui s'aime, c'est pour ça que je danse, vous n'avez pas décalé, je vais les avoir. Pourquoi je chante, puis je danse, c'est pour vous, tabarnak! Dragon Arc-en-Ciel, Rainbow Dragon. Hey, does that overtime, every time, rock and roll, ready for spinning. Spinning on the hands, you see it. Spinning on the creeps, you be it. Spinning on the creeps, you see it. Springing on the rose, you fling it. Springing on the row, you lick it. Springing on that door, you flick it. Springing on that blow, you lick it. Springing on the flavor this, flavor lips. Flavor hips and flavor chicks. Flavor for the dancing goddess lips, their lips. Hey, let's go. So get it for the road. And get it for the trill. And get it for the spill. And get it for the lips, and get it for the hips, and get it for the trill, and get it for the do, and get it for the now, and get it for the loo, and get it for the new, and get it for the loo, and get it for the you, and get it for the me. Ah ouais, prenez les comme il faut, que ça fasse des chansons, ben oui. Et regarde que je danse, ben oui, c'est pour vous autres. And I dance and I sing, rock and roll, that's for you, and that's it. Because I'm going to dance a call this. Tell them like, let's go away, my professor. So that was a little bit of rock and roll, sister to rock and roll. Puis c'est comme ça qu'on vit ici sur la montagne, that's how we live it. And we're gonna go see for a little bit of that sun, see if we can dance a little bit. And we're gonna get on that dance in the sun. We're gonna find our passion. Then we're gonna find our purpose. Ah, here's where I love to dance here. C'est ici que j'adore faire la danse. On va voir s'il y a du soleil. Puis s'il y a du soleil, on va danser. Gonna dance, you know, and gonna get it on that X and get it on that cross. On the mark. La danse est mon sport préféré. Dancing is my favorite sport. We dance, dance, on danse. Here we go for the X. And for the lovers, we gonna get it for the movers, for the bakers, for the truckers, for the firefighters. Gotta salute our farmers. And love all those who get it out. Farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, les fermiers. Here it is, man. Look at that beauty. This is really the best city in the world here. C'est la meilleure ville au monde ici. Best city in the world, man. La meilleure ville au monde. Montreal, baby. Hot kind of fly. You see, man? This is the best. The best city in the world, man. Look at that. This is the best city in the world, man. Here we're gonna need to build some more satellites, constellation, public-private partnership, citizen monetarization 24/7. We're gonna get it for that mountain, see? All the way to the mountain, jusqu'à la montagne. Regarde ça, c'est mon préféré, la montagne. Puis je peux voir bien sûr ici de la pyramide. And we gotta get it on the X, and get it on the Y. And we're gonna get that hawk. See, that's that hawk, man. Ça, c'est l'épervier en haut aussi. That's the hawk. See with the wings spread? That's a H-A-W-K, and that is hawk Isle of Montreal. See how he spreads his wings? It just flies, glides, and there's another one. Those are the hawks, man. Ça, c'est les éperviers. C'est des éperviers, so we gotta get it on the drill. And we're gonna take some pictures right there. I'm just gonna take some pictures here because I love to take pictures and get it on here and get it on the X and get it on the Y. And we gotta get it on the Y and the Y and the Y. So this is what we're gonna do, man. And get it on the X, you know. So gotta get it on the X, you know. So gotta get it on the whites and the blacks and the whites and the blacks and the whites and the blacks and the rainbows. And the blacks and the whites and the rainbows and the blacks and the whites and the rainbows. Hey, noir, bleu, blanc, bleu, arc-en-ciel, noir, bleu, blanc, bleu, arc-en-ciel, noir, bleu, blanc, bleu, arc-en-ciel. Hey, that's how I sing it. Let's get ready. Gonna go a little bit. We're gonna do dance, man. Just ready to warm up a little bit. All right. Already warm up. It's like been 3 hours I've been on the march, man. Fait 3 ans que je suis sur la marche, là. Fait que 3 hours, man. Ah. Oh, look at that, man. That's the mountain right there. C'est la montagne, and that's the pyramid. Ça, c'est la pyramide. Gonna get it on the pyramids, man. See all the mountains? Gonna be able to move mountains. Oh, gotta get out of the way of the children, man. Gotta get out of the way of the children. So, where's the best place for me to dance? In the sun, you know how we do? In the sun, man. Yeah, we are in the sun, man, you know. Just gotta get it in the sun, man. So, here, man. If I can put it here. So, gonna do it here. You know? Maybe here. No, in the sun, dans le soleil. Some people play hockey, basketball, I dance. Il y en a qui jouent au hockey, basket, moi je danse. J'aime le hockey, par exemple, j'aime le basket. I love the hockey, I love basketball, especially women's hockey rocks, man. They're the goodest, the Ça me va le hockey féminin, même comme les hommes. Are you ready? You get that androgynous, man. Get that androgynous, man. You get that 50-50, man. 50-50. You get 50-50. You ready? Dancing is my favorite sport. La danse, c'est mon sport préféré. Cette danse est dédiée à ceux qui ont bâti le système de métro de Montréal. This dance is dedicated to those who built the metro system in Montreal. Look at the hawks. See? Ça, c'est les éperviers dans le ciel là-bas. Those are the hawks. correct. Pas en bas avec ça. Place publique. Public space, baby.
Lina. Lina, hey, hey. Lina. Hey, Lina. Lina, baba. Lina.
Ça, c'est de la danse, mes chers. Cette danse est dédiée à ceux qui ont bâti, construit le système de métro de Montréal. This dancing is dedicated to those who built the metro system, Montreal metro system, Took a few years, après un couple d'années, mais you know, we got a metro system, so somebody built it, quelqu'un qui l'a bâti. So. Salute, salute, salute. I use it sometimes, you know, je l'utilise des fois. Fait que... Salutations aux travailleurs qui l'ont bâti, construit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Metro system, go. Système de métro, you know. So for those, dedication special. Let's go, rock and roll over time. Ready? Is the DJ. Dancing goddess on. Priestess of the goddess. Get ready for something more slow now.
Oui, c'est ce que je faisais depuis 3 semaines. Du coup, là, quand toi, l'oiseau, tu lui donnes un os, et il est pas fiant. Je pense que ta mère, au téléphone, elle a dit est-ce que t'as besoin de sélection de psychiatre de ta vie? Vraiment, pour elle a des problèmes d'estomac. Non, mais juste, c'est là, vous êtes pas mal. Oui, mais pas très grave. Mais en tout cas, je me dis, le jour avant, pour bien passer. Attends, mais c'est mon matin. Attends, mais du coup, là, vous êtes mais je sais pas si tu... Attends, mais c'est pour ça que j'ai un moment de... Attends, vous étiez là, on va dire, c'est pas, et en fait, vous savez, vous êtes bizarre comme personne. Donc en fait, là, vous savez, il y a une prochaine. En fait, non, attends, parce que tu as mis tout ça à quoi. Ouais, mais un travailleur, quand même, bon, c'est cool. Bah oui, par contre. Ça va être ça aussi.
Salut aux firefighters, hello vie, on salue les pompiers amour, hello pompiers. Hello vie to our firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. L'amour à nos pompiers. Nos boulangers, les fermiers dans les provinces. On danse. Ready? We be dancing over time, every time. Ready for another one? Is preparé un autre? Cette danse est dédiée pour ceux qui ont bâti, construit le système de métro. Those who build the subway system. This dance is dedicated to those who built the subway. The subway system. It took a lot of brains, a lot of muscle to dig, pour bien sûr creuser, puis tout ce qui a été bâti, puis qu'est-ce que ça a fait bien sûr pour ça en faire ça. There we go for that X, for that Y, for that Z. Ready? Let's go. What are we gonna listen to? Some more music. Hawks in the sky. See? Look at that. Those are the hawks. See? See how they fly? Look at that. That's our hawks, baby. Ça, c'est les éperviers, ça. Those are the hawks, baby. Look at that. Good omen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 8 there. Hawk dance, baby. That's the hawks. See? Yeah. Those are the Hog, baby. That's the Hog Island. You know, Hog Island, Lil de Rapace. You already know. You already know. There you go. That's the Hog headed. Mr. Hawk. Mr. Hawk headed. See? Look at those hawks. See, those are the hawks in the sky. See? Hawkhead lords. See, those are the hawks, man. Hawks! Hawks in the sky. Montreal, ça c'est les rapaces et les éperviers. Danse. La danse des éperviers, the dance of the hawk. You can see here in Hawk Island, Montreal, you can see the hawks. Vous pouvez voir les rapaces, les rapaces, les rapaces. Hawks, 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 hawks. H-A-W-K. Les éperviers, ça danse dans les airs, au-dessus de la montagne. Hawks dancing in the streets. Dance in the streets, my children, danser dans la rue, mes enfants. That's the Hawks, man. Voyez, voyez. That's the Hawk, man. Elena, ahí. Listen, Mary, look at the hawks. last dances. Faites mal. Faut faire attention, gotta be careful. Faut soigner le bobo, soigner le bobo, soigner le bobo. Gotta kiss that bobo. Gotta heal that bobo, you know. So it's back up smiling again. T'es encore souriant, puis laisse faire son musclet. Ready for the last dances? Prêt pour les dernières danses? Are you ready, ready, ready? We're gonna get it for the last. In the sun, la dernière danse dans le soleil. Gonna get it for the. Gonna dance on. Let's see. Okay, this one. Just wanna get out of the way of the children, you know. Let the children play, so because child is there, so I just wanna vacate to let the children play there, you know. So I can do the dance. Here, je peux faire la danse ici. Parce qu'il y a le soleil, fait que je vais les laisser qu'ils jouent là-bas, les enfants, comme ça. Je vais me tasser de leur chemin. I'm gonna get out of their way, you know. We have the children. So I'm gonna do a little dance here. On va faire une danse ici. Right here, I guess. Yes, it's good here. Can you get it ready for the last dance?
Tú dices de que, haz de cuenta, no pasa y la agarra y ve la fecha. Una.
qui fait de la danse.
Didier là, il y a 7 ans, elle dit, je vous ai vu il y a 7 ans, parce qu'elle est venue de l'Allemagne pour 7 ans, puis elle a vu que vous êtes là. C'est vous qui étiez là il y a 7 ans en arrière?
Sûrement. J'avais les cheveux plus longs, par exemple. Bonne journée à vous, merci. That is a DGA. DGA dancing goddess. Wait, child gotta get a bobo. Gotta be careful, you know. Il faut faire attention, you know. When you walk the stairs, you know. We gotta get on the stairs, so we're gonna go work out. Train exercise. And I go overtime. God, salute the children, man. Salute les enfants, man. Gotta go get hydrated. La danse dédiée pour ceux qui ont bâti les centres, ben, ceux qui ont bâti la métro. Let's get it on the metro. Another one over time, one more time. Let's get it on the go. You know, we dance over time. Vous savez qu'on fait de la danse en temps supplémentaire. Mais c'est à quelle heure qui on va voir s'hydrater. On va marcher vers le soleil, on s'hydrate. Let's go. Gotta get that hydration, baby. On va s'hydrater. Dancing is my favorite sport, baby. Danse est mon sport préféré. Encore! Told you, dancing is my favorite sport. I told you, dancing is my favorite sport. Priestess Hunter, motherfucker. Keep my holy sacred name out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing, otherwise it'll be pestilence. So keep my holy sacred name out of your mouth for a blessing, otherwise it'll be pestilence. I said keep my holy sacred and divine name out of your mouth. Unless it's for a blessing, otherwise that'll be pestilence. Love Allah's anonymous, God is, G-O-D-D-A says, God has got kisses by the trees de la déesse. Oh God. Dancing. It's my favorite sport. La danse est mon sport préféré. On y va encore pour la danse. Can I go again over time, one more time? Rock and roll. Gotta watch it for my cyclists. Faire attention à mes cyclistes. There you go. Now me some of that good red, man. One more dance. Un autre. La dernière danse aujourd'hui. Last in the sun. Dans le soleil, we're gonna try to go so that there's no children. Not to impede in the children's play. Je veux pas faire dans les jeux des enfants. Fait que on va faire la danse ici. Dans le soleil. Last dance, get ready. Dans la danse, ça est dédié pour ceux qui ont bâti le système de métro à travers l'Amérique du Nord, the metro systems across North America. Here we go. So we're gonna drill it right here. What we can get right here. See, we can do it right here so that we're not in the field. We're not in the
Ellos tienen que andar. Allah.
خليك تدخلي لها شويه.
Oh yeah. Overtime every time. Yeah. That was a good one. System boom. I like that. Yeah, I did one of the best dances yet. For those who build the highway metro system pour ceux qui ont bâti Central Metro, North American, those who build the North American subway systems, the metro, sur le metro. For the youth, for la jeunesse. Ah, I feel good. Just was very careful about the children, you know. Just You know, you see my videos, I love to give them a lot of space. J'aime ça leur donner priorité, children first, you know. That's why I said my brother Bill Blair, go change some diapers, you know. Before you put on the uniform, vas-y, changer des couches avant que vous... Faites bien sûr avant que vous changez des couches, il faut que... Avant que vous changez des couches... Je veux dire, avant que vous mettez l'uniforme, vous allez changer des couches. Go change some of those diapers, you know. That's my dictum, my call, you know. So that's why you putting the uniform fight for. Salute, 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 Nora, NATO, you know me, 24/7. 24 sur 24, mais c'est avant de manquer dans une uniforme, and that's the dragon call. Gotta either read a book or change some diapers in the daycares, because national defense starts there, it ends with the senior citizens in the CHSLZ, parce que là, Vimpatier. Here we are where we want to build a Forgotten Goddess Temple with a House of the Dragon. C'est ici qu'on veut bâtir, construire le temple de la déesse oubliée avec la maison du dragon, puis on s'en va vers le soleil and we drive it towards the sun. On y va vers le soleil. We're gonna drive it and drive it and drive it towards the SUN, cause it is an overtime every time. But Crow is saying, yeah, I saw the Hawks dance at least 77 minutes. So here, pyramid, Scarlet, House of the Dragon, 3 rooms, simple, austere, severe, 7 stories high, circular. Forgotten Goddess Temple, Hell built constructor. Et qu'on s'aimait con la construction, je veux dire. Il y a un peu de roche ici. Alright, just fais l'entraînement un peu. I just wanted to get a little bit of training there, but of course we can train a lot. This here we got rocks, you know, so always train a little extra there, you know. Here it is, Forgotten Goddess Temple, le temple de la déesse oubliée, and House of the Dragon, la maison du dragon, vers le soleil. My pub de King, the Sun. 7:44, 7:44, 7:44. À 7h44, 7h44. Oui, le corbeau, il connaît mes secrets. Androgyne pansexual, androgynous, gay, pansexual. Knows I like BDSM, switch. Knows I masturbated this morning. Nobody's around, I can discuss it. Il y a personne, je peux discuter. Oui. Je sais, corbeau, je me suis masturbé, mon petit clitopénis, mon petit clitopénis, mon petit clitopénis. Dans un record, le plus petit clitopénis du monde. Mais des fois, en fusée, ça tourne par science, volonté, comment une fusée. Rarement, rarely, though. Got one of the littlest, tiniest clit dicks, dick licks in the world, but sometimes it goes rocket, you know. Sometimes it goes rocket. Rocket, you know. So, gotta get some new energies, man, new light. Gotta get some vigor. Keep some of the old school. Not all old school bad. Some are tried and tested, you know, marching, stretching, push-ups. Des fois, il y a des choses de la vieille école qui sont encore valides. L'entraînement physique et les pompes. Le soleil, the sun, my pub, the king, the sun. My pub, the king, the sun. Hey, marching. Dedicated to those who build the metro system à Montréal, le système de métro de Montréal. Imaginez-vous le travail, imagine the work. So today with that dance, I did it for them, and there was all that meditation avec la méditation, you know, so that's what it is, man. We gotta get it on the drill. Dedications. This is my home, c'est chez nous. This is my home, ça c'est chez nous, this is my home. And that citizen saw me dancing 7 years ago, so there you go, proof. Further than that, 8, 9, I black out. Plus que ça, 8-9 ans. C'est comme black out. So I got 7 years. Let's go for that Septennium, good omen. Pour le septième. C'est un bon. And that's it, that's all. We get that rock and roll. And gonna get it for the go. We're gonna get it for the now, you know. So we get it for the love, and we get it for the birds, you know. So we're gonna get it for the ex and the wife for the workers, man. Make love tonight. Carpe diem, man. Fais de l'amour à soir. Message principal, blah. Work hard, train, exercise. Encourage, call for the blah. Implementation of my Trinity theories. Je fais appel à la Trinité de théorie, bien sûr, pour faire de l'entraînement physique, you know. So that's how we get it on the drill, man, you know. So we get it on the X, and we get it on the Y, you know. So we get that bacon. That's, for me, it's holy. Ah, du jambon. C'est coûte cher, mais c'est sacré pour moi, mais de temps en temps. Hey, voilà, ils ont planté des nouvelles avec le bleu. Il y a plein de bleu. But also, wine is sacred. Hugs, kisses, c'est sacré pour moi. Le vin aussi. I don't drink much, besides I'm on a budget. Je bois pas beaucoup, je suis sur un budget quand même, fait que je bois pas beaucoup, so. But when I can, I will. Quand je peux, je vais boire, mais that's it, that's all. We gotta get that rock and roll, you know. So we get to serve, and we get to be, and we get to do, and we get to be an artist, philosopher, tant qu'artiste, philosophe, you know. So that's how we're gonna get it, man. C'est ça qu'on fait, and it's 24/7. That's 24/7, man. Ça c'est 24 sur 24, you know. And we feel good, and it's super important to work out, to train, and to exercise, and you know, I'm an abomination. Une abomination. Abomination, but to some, holy to others. Abomination to some, holy, sacred to others who know that 93-718. Connaissent le 156/333. Connaissent le 156 après 333 93 718. You know, so. 6:56. 6:56. 6:56. So, oh, we got some time until sunset. On a du temps jusqu'au coucher du soleil. So, yeah, that's good. We got some drills. Et voilà. Oh, j'entends la musique. Waiting for some music, man. Oh, yeah. Somebody's playing a guitar or the guitar, something play that good. T'entendez? Did you hear it? I don't mind y'all eating chocolate bars, but what the fuck? A cigarette, man? Squash the cigarettes. I don't think it's to catch fire here. Je pense pas qu'on peut mettre le feu ici. Là. Je pense pas que ça veut, mais c'est pas de dégâts. Mais les cigarettes, juste pied dessus. Là. Just the cigarette, just. Oh, maybe it was a joint. C'était peut-être un joint, mais. Ça peut quand même brûler, je pense. Mais pas la forêt, là, not the forest, but we still got those leaves, you know, the dry leaves until they get into the ground properly, they could catch fire. So I don't know if you smoke or whatever. And I saw people making fires on the mountain. And, I think you have to go in the designated area. Je pense qu'il faut soit dans la place où il y a pour le barbecue, hein, pour le fun. You gotta be in that place where you gotta do that barbecue, man. Pour le faire le barbecue, where you gotta do.